Shun Skywalker would hold the Dreamgate title for 259 days. Along the way, he defeated several members of RED in title defenses, but other feuds between RED and Masquerade ran concurrent to Shun's title reign. First, one that calls on a history dating all the way back to Toryumon. In the early 2000s, Dragon Kid was embroiled in a generational feud with the black-clad Darkness Dragon, and their rivalry lasted for several years. But in late 2020, with Dragon Kid's protege Dragon Dia, a similar mysterious rival showed up when RED introduced their new secret weapon, Dia Inferno. He wore an elaborate dragon costume and never spoke, but he seemed obsessed with defeating Dragon Dia. This wasn't entirely out of the ordinary, since RED had repeatedly brought in masked demons as new members to disguise an impending heel turn. Later, Dragon Dia, Jason Lee, and La Estrella won Dragon Gate's Trios titles, the Open the Triangle Gate Championship. These are considered the symbol of unit supremacy in Dragon Gate. So for most of spring and summer 2021, with 4 of the 5 members holding the biggest championships in the company, Masquerade was the faction to beat. But when you're at the peak in wrestling, the only place to go is down. At Dragon Gate's biggest annual event, Kobe Pro Wrestling Festival, also known as Kobe World, Shun Skywalker had 2 title defenses in 2 nights. Both are excellent matches that I highly recommend, and they're free on YouTube, so check the description for the links. Shortly after losing the belt, Shun Skywalker began feuding with another RED member, a luchador from Mexico named Diamante. Not that Diamante, this Diamante. Diamante would repeatedly steal Shun's mask, after which his Masquerade teammates would rush to cover his head with a towel to keep his identity secret. This culminated in what was supposed to be a feud-ending match in September 2021. However, Diamante attacked Shun before the bell and brutalized him for several minutes before a referee called off the match. Other members of RED would also get the best of the Triangle Gate champions. Eita, Hyo, and Kaito Ishida would leave Masquerade literally stacked up in a pile, and even stole the Triangle Gate belts until Dragon Gate's general manager Ryo Saito demanded they be returned. The belts would be up for grabs in the first match of Dangerous Gate, the same show where Diamante destroyed Shun Skywalker, and Masquerade would lose the belts for real this time. Kota Minoura had also failed to capture the Dreamgate title, so it seemed like Masquerade had suddenly hit a wall. After winning the Triangle Gate titles, RED was on top. Young rookie RED member SB Kento had also won the Open the Brave Gate Championship, Dragon Gate's middleweight title belt, and their largest member Kai began to challenge Yamato for the Dreamgate title. But something curious had been happening to RED over time. Aside from their leader Eita, no original members of RED were left in the unit. All had either been kicked out or betrayed the unit, or had left the promotion. During this time, Hyo gained notoriety for his great brain, becoming the strategist of the group. This led to some tension, especially when Eita made appearances in another company, Pro Wrestling Noah. But for now, they were riding high with multiple title belts, with other teammates on fast tracks to gaining the rest of the belts in the company. After injury setbacks and pandemic rescheduling, Dia Inferno began to refocus on his obsession with Dragon Dia. Dragon Dia began to call out Inferno, saying he knew who he really was under the mask. But it was Shun Skywalker who surprisingly came to Inferno's defense, saying it was rude to reveal a masked luchador's identity. But Dragon Dia insisted that Inferno was obviously his old rival Yuki Yoshioka, who was Skywalker's roommate during his Mexican excursion. Again, Shun defended him, saying he's talked to Yoshioka recently and that he's still in Mexico. What was supposed to be the final encounter between the two Dias ended in a double disqualification after interference. Dragon Dia even pulled off Dia Inferno's mask, briefly exposing him before RED covered him up. Ryo Saito decided to book a tag team match for the December Korakuen Hall show between all 4 masked wrestlers, where only the loser of the pinfall would be forced to unmask. Everything pointed towards Dia Inferno losing the match and his mask, but Inferno didn't even figure into the finish. The end of the match saw Shun Skywalker beaten down by Diamante, his mask twisted around to the side, partially obscuring his vision. And then...
Wait a minute! Shun, I don't know if he fell forward, he set Dia into the false finale!
In the aftermath, an emotional Dragon Dia unmasked himself. Shun Skywalker stood away from the rest of Masquerade, ashamed by his own actions. This prompted another unexpected moment. Dia Inferno grabbed a microphone and spoke for the first time. He said, without Dragon Dia, Dia Inferno no longer has any reason to exist, and revealed that he was indeed Yuki Yoshioka. Dragon Dia and Yuki Yoshioka both disappeared, and were not seen again for over a month. It was unknown whether either one of them would continue with their respective factions. While initially appearing as a blind accident while his mask was turned, Shun Skywalker later admitted that he shoved Dragon Dia on purpose, sacrificing his partner to save his own mask. For the rest of December, the remaining members of Masquerade clearly wanted nothing to do with Shun for his betrayal of their teammate. Jason Lee mentioned that he and La Estrella were both neutral about it, but they clearly didn't approve of Shun screwing over Daya. But Kota Minoura was visibly irritated and considered leaving the group entirely, especially after he heard from Dragon Daya via text message. "I'm okay, but don't come looking for me."